Hi, Assalamualaikum, Dr. Roslan. So we are from group 3. Our group has decided to choose topic number 4, which is Zakat as a vital tool to support economic growth and welfare society in Muslim majority countries. So our group consists of 5 members: ENIQ ZHAFRI, FAIZ ISKANDAR, Mohammad Affan, Mohammad SHAKIB, and myself, NORHAYATI binti JAPAR. So our report outline. Points for discussion. Number 1, introduction to Zakat and economic welfare goals. Second, Zakat's economic impact in Muslim majority country. Third, Zakat as social welfare mechanism. Fourth, challenges in Zakat implementation. Fifth, model reform in Zakat implementation. Sixth, conclusion and policy recommendation. Let's start with introduction. Definition of Zakat is derived from ZAKA, which means to purify or to grow. Moral and spiritual duty, purify wealth and foster communal solidarity, which mentioned in Imtiazi et al. 2000. Obligatory nature is like unlike voluntary charity like sadaqah, zakat is mandatory, which one of 5 pillars of Islam in Liberto et al. 2024. Scope of zakat, payable on business revenue, gold, silver and saving at rate 2.5%, which mentioned in Muslim Kitab Al-Zakat 52134. Any sub-threshold minimum wealth level required for zakat eligibility, mentioned in IRW 2024. Haul for 1 lunar year, mentioned in Al-Quran Surah Al-An'am 6141. Al-Quran basis Surah Al-Baqarah 2110, establish prayers and give zakat as divine obligation. Types of zakat. There's a 2 type of zakat, which is zakat al-fitri and zakat al-mal. Zakat al-fitri is small charity throughout Ramadan, which help the poor, which mentioned in Qutaybah 2024. Narrated by Ibn Umar, the Prophet Mohammad, peace upon him, prescribed 1 sa'ah, a measure of dates or barley for each Muslim, regardless of age or status, as mentioned in Al-Bukhari and Muslim Kitab Al-Zakat 52150. Zakat al-mal, annual zakat on wealth covering assets like gold, silver, livestock and staple crops, which mentioned in Al-Qadawi 2000. Purpose of types: individual purification and societal welfare through redistribution, as mentioned in Martin 2021. Maqasid Syariah perspective: wealth acquired from corruption cannot be purified through zakat, as mentioned in Aziz et al. 2022 and Ismail et al. 2022. Next, zakat as economic and social welfare tool. We have 4 here. Prevent wealth hoarding, which prevent wealth accumulation among the rich, distributing it to the needy, as mentioned in Al-Qadawi 2000. Form of progressive taxation, circulates wealth and reduce economic inequality, as mentioned in Ismail et al. 2010. 8 eligible asnaf, which is fakir, miskin, amil, mu'alaf, riqat, fisabilillah, garamin, ibnu sabil, as mentioned in Al-Quran Surah At-Taubah 960. Economic impact: increase consumption, creating demand for goods or service and drive job creation, as mentioned in Sulaiman et al. 2021. Next is zakat role in Muslim majority countries. Government role is setting up framework of according to uruf in respective country, centralized or decentralized, as mentioned in below, and Mercado 2018. Institutional support, zakat fund support financial aid, education and vocational training, strengthening welfare, as mentioned in Quick et al. 2014. Case study based in Malaysia, state zakat center ensure efficient collection or distribution, increasing social impact, as mentioned in Miqdad 2019. Next is contribution, economic and social welfare. The key points here is stimulating consumption. Zakat increase recipient purchasing power, driving demands and business growth, as mentioned in Kasadi and Badruddin 2019. Empowering low-income communities, Zakat act as economic stimulant in low-income communities, as mentioned in Spread Kino 2020. And impact on social welfare, reduce hunger, enhance socio-economic justice, and narrow wealth gaps, mentioned in Kamri and Daud 2011. And broader social effects, which reduce conflicts, promote empathy, and strengthen community bonds, as mentioned in Chapra 1995. Last point under introduction is practical roles, zakat as economic tools, poverty alleviation, function as microeconomic policy to reduce poverty, as mentioned in Cornova et al. 2021. Government administration, zakat fund administered in Saudi Arabia or Kuwait for refugees, low-income families, as mentioned in Hamad 2022. Support for self-sufficiency, provide food, shelter and support to stabilize life, as mentioned in Khan 2023. And last one is educational funding, fund directed towards skill training to support long-term financial security, as mentioned in World Bank 2024. More details will be explained by next team members. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and good day, Doctor. My name is FAIZ ISKANDAR, and today I will continue the presentation for Group 3 with Zakat Economic Impact in Muslim Majority Countries. Assalamualaikum and good day, Doctor. My name is FAIZ. When we talk about Zakat, Zakat is donation that aims to redistribute wealth to help those who are in need, and it has a significant economic influence in Muslim majority nations. When this fund from Zakat is properly collected and distributed, it may support economic growth and also reduce the inequality of wealth between higher income segment and low income communities. Zakat has come with three main benefits to support economic growth, which is first is redistributing the wealth, stimulating local economies, and also reducing poverty rates. To, to enhance economic growth, the distribution of Zakat fund must reach the right communities. By doing this, the growth will become faster because the low-income communities will increase their purchasing power, resulting in greater expenditure in local economies. Zakat also will use as a tool to improve local economies and reducing poverty by promote health and productivity that increase workforce and also reducing crime in local states. The role of Zakat in supporting low-income communities and small business is very important as to encourage business expansion and job creation for local communities, fostering economic stability. Mohammad and Abu Bakar 2011 found that Zakat is significant tool in support social welfare and also businesses. It shows that the importance of Zakat in small business. With Zakat, the initiative that has already been provided is offering interest-free loans or grant to small business in order to help to sustain the market. In other hand, it encourages people to become entrepreneur and come out with poverty communities. Moreover, the function of Zakat fund can be seen when providing vocational training and business support in order to help local communities become entrepreneur with purpose to help them have stability and independence financial. Last but not least, Zakat has come up with a significant system in order to help the collection and distribution of Zakat fund run smoothly. In Malaysia, Zakat controlled by the state Zakat institution like Federal Territory Islamic Religious Council (MAIB) that only cover in Kuala Lumpur, Labuan and Putrajaya. One of the functions of Zakat fund in Malaysia is sponsor skill training program and offer fund to small business owner. This effort significantly will reduce the poverty among recipients while promoting economic growth. In Indonesia, the National Zakat Organisation, Basnas, which is stand for Badan Amil Zakat Nasional, demonstrate how zakat will distribute. The Zakat Community Development (ZCD) project under Basnas provision has distributed zakat fund direct to local communities in lacking areas to foster economic development. ZCD project also supports variety small-scale agriculture to improve local economy and reducing rural poverty in Indonesia. Meanwhile, in Saudi Arabia, zakat collected from organizations and wealthy individuals and distributed by Ministry of Human Resource and Social Development. These zakat funds support comprehensive social safety nets program, which is focused on towards widows, orphans, and people with disabilities. The zakat fund also give the financial assistance to small and medium-sized business, which is SMEs. We focus on women and young entrepreneurs. This effort help to diversify the economy, foster innovation, and lower unemployment rates by generating chance for business ownership and employment. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi, Doktor. Okay, today I will discuss about zakat as a social welfare mechanism. Let's see, discussing how zakat function as a social welfare mechanism, particularly in Malaysia. Zakat is one of the foundational pillar of Islam, requiring Muslim to give a portion of their wealth to those in need. Zakat represent one of the most important pillar in Islam, providing an avenue for renovation and development through compulsory annual contribution of a portion of one wealth by meritorious Muslim. This contribution has usually been calculated at 2.5% of one total zakat-able asset in the form of cash, gold, silver, and other type of investment. In Malaysia, zakat is not just a personal act of charity. It's an institution system that focuses on supporting the less fortunate, including orphans, widows, and those facing financial hardship. This system plays a crucial role in alleviating poverty and creating a balanced society. Next, zakat is collected and managed by various state institutions to ensure effective distribution to eligible recipients. These recipients include those in extreme poverty and widows. The zakat institutions also provide diverse programs like financial assistance, vocational training, and even entrepreneurship support to encourage self-reliance. By creating these structure programs, zakat fund helps unprivileged groups gain skill and resources that support their economic independence. Okay, last slide for me is zakat in Malaysia has a powerful impact on social and economic challenge. The first is it helps reduce income inequality by redistributing wealth from affluent individual to low income groups. And point number 2, by addressing basic needs like healthcare and education, zakat foster social stability, reducing the likelihood of unrest. And the last point is zakat promotes community solidarity, with contributors directly impact their own community. Through this effort, Malaysia's zakat system not only help individual recipients but also enhance the overall well-being and cohesion of society.
Assalamualaikum and good day to you, Dr. Roslan. Now I'm Affan, will be presenting the challenges posing to zakat executions in Muslim majority countries after we heard the advantages of zakat being the economic tool as well as the social welfare tool for Muslim majority countries. A little bit of overview of challenges faced by zakat organizations around the world. First is the compliance difficulties with random income spread across these countries in particular from informal sectors. Informal sectors include domestic workers, household businesses as well as street vendors. Next is transparency concerns, where institutional zakat systems has long been established and yet there are still public widespread opinions negatively about how zakat is managed. Third is distribution inefficiencies, where logistical challenges, delays in systems, operations, protocols and documentations hamper situations of zakat management system around Muslim world. The first challenge faced by zakat institutions around the world include collection and compliance issues. Take the case of widespread non-compliance, where it is difficult to track and assess zakat due to informal employment sectors, as with the case with Nigeria that I mentioned earlier, where 60% of Muslim workers are informal workers. Although Malaysia have significantly lower numbers in terms of informal workers, it is still occurring and happening in terms of non-compliance. Next is the situation of underreporting. Self-employed individuals often underreport income, leading to undercollection according to Cik Muhammad Saleh and Chowdhury 2020. These situations limits the potential of zakat as economic tool for the ummah. Next is the voluntary nature, where without enforcement, zakat is often based on voluntary contributions according to Farouk 2008. This indicates the situation of lack of understanding in terms of zakat as obligatory action rather than voluntary or charity actions. Next challenge in zakat implementation in Muslim majority countries include transparency and trust issues. Trust in institutions. Contributors doubt fund management due to perceived mismanagement according to Alam et al. 2023. For example, there are situations where people who works in Selangor prefer to give their zakat in Penang or Kedah, whereby maybe there are situations of trust in terms of how zakat is properly utilized. Next is about preference for direct giving, again related to the earlier challenge. Low trust drives Muslim in Indonesia, for example, to prefer direct alms giving, limiting institutional effectiveness according to Khairi et al. 2024. In this situation, rather than obligatory, people give zakat voluntarily by themselves to several parties or organizations that accept these charities and they consider themselves as zakat, whereas it should not be happening like that. Number 3, transparency of distributions, whereby public confidence are uncertain for transparent management and data. Of course, nowadays with digital zakat platforms, still there is lack of data transparency as well as availability in terms of how zakat were collected as well as distributed. Distribution inefficiencies are part of challenge in zakat management system for Muslim majority countries. According to Abdul Latif et al. 2014, inefficient zakat distribution can affect the Muslim majority's confidence in paying zakat to zakat institutions. Take the case of staffing. According to Razali et al. 2022, a lack of qualified staff with the knowledge of expertise to manage zakat. For example, an incompetent amil may find it harder to identify and locate asnaf accordingly. Second situation in terms of geographical factors, also according to Razali et al. 2022, the distribution process can be affected by geographical factors, where amil may find it harder to identify and locate asnaf around rural areas in the country. The third situation is eligibility and records, according to Takril and Osman 2022, where incomplete records or eligibility can make it difficult for asnaf to apply for zakat funds. For example, the situation with complex eligibility criteria, the situation of lack of standardization of procedures as well as poor record keeping by zakat management system itself make it inefficient and incompetent for overall situation of challenges faced by zakat management system. Despite the challenges that I have just discussed, there have been establishments as well as modern reforms in zakat implementation around the world. First, digital zakat platform, as we are in the age of Internet of Things. According to Roslan et al. 2022, mobile applications as well as website online transactions has enabled real-time transactions in terms of zakat collection and zakat distribution. Second, in terms of centralized collection systems, according to Mohammad 2019, A unified database has enabled streamline of processes of zakat collection and distribution, reduce administrative costs as well as improve data accuracy. Third, in terms of blockchain technology available nowadays, according to Khatiman et al. 2021, it enables smart eligibility verification as well as funding distribution. And fourth, as we are in the age of Internet of Things as well as social media, it enables educational and public awareness trainings conducted in various platforms, as people around the world as well as Muslim world can be guided around the zakat regulations, best practices and ethical conduct. Thank you.
As a conclusion, zakat is a pillar of Islam and also an economic tool for wealth distribution, where it emphasizes on community welfare and also social impact. In terms of economic impact, zakat stimulates local economies by increasing spending power in low-income communities and also supports small businesses and job creation. Zakat also acts as a social welfare mechanism where it becomes a safety net for vulnerable groups, for example, widows, orphans, and the poor. And finally, it also reduces income inequality and promotes social stability. As a final remark, we would like to touch on the key recommendations and integration into policies. First is strengthening oversight, where centralized zakat authorities can be done for transparency. Second is public awareness. This can be done by doing campaigns to educate on zakat's benefits and contributions. Thirdly is digital solutions, where we can improve more on the mobile apps and online systems for more efficient collection and tracking. Fourth is collaboration, where we can collaborate with non-profits and private sectors to expand our reach on zakat. And last but not least, policy integration, where zakat can complement existing welfare schemes and promote financial inclusion, and embed zakat in poverty alleviation strategies for holistic support. We hope that our presentation brought light into zakat being a vital tool to support economic growth and also support welfare society in Muslim majority countries. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.